Having a good headset can make a world of difference if you're a gamer, regardless of whether you need it to increase the immersion, give yourself a competitive edge, or block out the background hubbub. A good headset is an indispensable tool in a gamer's arsenal. And the best thing is you can easily find a headset that's tailor-made for your preferences that won't cost you a fortune. Usually when we make these types of lists, a number of the entries end up being high-end audiophile grade models that aren't really relevant for most of you watching this video. Now, we don't plan to stop showcasing such models in the future. They may be niche, but they're excellent products that deserve their moment in the spotlight. But for the purposes of this video, we'll be putting a $100 cap on the prices and featuring a lot more models than usual. This means that we won't be covering all the strengths and weaknesses of each headset in detail, but it will increase the chance of you finding the headset that's best for your gaming needs. So without any further ado, let's begin. And just to show that we mean business when we say that a good headset can be found pretty cheap, the first three models will all be in the sub $40 price range. So with that in mind, say hello to the Sage Spirit Wolf, the VersionTech G2000, and a Caution each B3505. First up is the Sage Spirit Wolf. It's genuinely impressive what this $25 headset manages to offer given the low price tag. The sound quality is okay, nothing to write home about, although the virtual 7.1 surround sound is definitely a welcome feature. But that's perfectly reasonable when we take into account that this headset focuses on other things, specifically on comfort and the microphone. It features a grounded mic that won't crackle at all while you're adjusting it, and thick breathable padding on the ear cups that's perfect for long gaming sessions. If you want a headset that'll be great for music, then this isn't the best choice. But if you need a comfortable headset that you can use to game all day and not have your friends bemoan you're joining the chat, the Spirit Wolf won't disappoint. Next up is the VersionTech G2000, which is similar in the sense that the sound quality takes a backseat in order to make some of the other features shine. Most notably, instead of being super comfortable like the Spirit Wolf, the G2000 is super resilient. It features a braided cable for extra protection, and while the body of the headset is plastic, it's also very robust. So if your headsets tend to take a lot of falling damage, accidentally or otherwise, the G2000 is definitely a worthwhile investment. Also, it features noise reduction in the mic and comes with some really cool looking LED lights just for the added pleasure. And of course, we didn't forget about gamers who are looking for an affordable experience that does away with all the cable clutter. There will be a subsection just for wireless headsets later on, but if you're looking for a headset that's good, cheap, and wireless, the Caution each B3505 is your best bet. This is just an all-around solid wireless headset with 8 hours of battery life, handy controls on the left ear cup, and a decent microphone. It's not the best sounding headset, but for the price, you'll be hard-pressed to find one that comes close and has all of these features. Okay, now that we've covered the budget solutions, we're going to showcase headsets that specialize in certain aspects, starting with the best surround sound headsets. Now, these won't be the only headsets that have surround sound capabilities, but if you want the most immersive experience and need to have this feature as refined as possible for the cash you're paying, your best bets are the Sage A60, the MSI DS502, and the Logitech G930. Why these three in particular? Well, the Sage A60 makes this list for a number of reasons. Obviously, the virtual surround sound is good, but the A60 also has everything else that an online multiplayer gamer will need. Noise cancelling, superb comfort, and a mic that's easily mutable by flipping it up. Also, we love how the inline controller lets us change both game and voice volume separately. And for a change of pace, the A60 sounds really good with a nice balanced response. Of course, if you want to ditch the balanced tones for something with a bit more oomph, try giving the MSI DS502 a shot. Its 40mm drivers and environmental reverb tech are just what's needed to bring the added level of immersion to your games. It even comes with an audio software that lets you customize the sound profile to your liking. And lastly, we have to mention the Logitech G930. The brand really speaks for itself with this one. It's quite a bit more expensive than the other two models, but it's well worth the money if you can spare it, especially seeing as this is also a wireless headset. It's got everything: a noise cancelling mic, 3 customizable hotkeys, 10 hours of battery life, a frequency response that's great for both gaming and music, and of course, the full 7.1 surround sound. It just goes to show that you can't go wrong with Logitech. We've mentioned that the A60 is a great choice for online multiplayer, particularly for shooters, because it has a good mic in addition to surround sound capabilities. However, it is still a surround sound headset that happens to have a good microphone. Now, while surround sound is important for some online multiplayer games, a great microphone is essential for anything team-based, be it MOBAs, shooters, or anything in between. So if you're a lawful good and want to be the best teammate you can be, we recommend one of these three options: the Razer Kraken Pro version 2, the SteelSeries Siberia version 3, or the HyperX Cloud 2. The Razer Kraken version 2 comes with a retractable mic that completely isolates your voice, getting rid of any and all distortion and crackling. And it's not like it's a one-trick pony either. The sound quality here is incredible as well, with a wider frequency response than you normally see in gaming headsets. Plus, it has 50mm drivers that make the bass exceptionally boomy. All in all, it's easy to see why the Kraken version 2 is a favorite among pro gamers. And if you don't like headsets that put too much emphasis on the bass, then consider giving the SteelSeries Siberia version 3 a try. Again, the main reason we're showcasing it here is for its amazing mic, but we also have to mention the bright sound profile that's a welcome change considering how gaming headsets tend to favor the bass. The Siberia version 3 was intended for gaming, and it's great for gaming, but if you also want a device that you can listen to music on, you'd be doing yourself a disservice by skipping over this headset. Live performances in particular sound phenomenal on it. And finally, we have the HyperX Cloud 2. Now, this is a pretty popular gaming headset already. Its praises have been sung many times, but we've noticed that people rarely touch on a microphone when they're going on about how amazing the Cloud 2 is. And yes, it does sound great, and it's comfortable to wear, and it's cross-platform. But the mic is just as spectacular, using an inline sound card to cancel both noise and echo. It's dangerously close to the $100 mark, but it's worth every penny. Now, in case you're someone who likes to binge game, be it in single player or multiplayer, solo or co-op, the thing you want the most in your headset is comfort. No other feature is redeeming enough that you should suffer through hours of painful gameplay for it. Here we have the top 3 most comfortable headsets that we could find: the SteelSeries Arctis 5, the Sennheiser GSP 300, and the Corsair Void RGB. What exactly is it that makes these the most comfortable headsets for under $100? Well, the SteelSeries Arctis 5 has breathable and soft cushioned ear cups and comes with a ski goggle style headband. That's plenty already, but it's also not a one-hit wonder, as it has a pretty solid, well-balanced sound and RGB lighting. The Sennheiser GSP 300 has a very generous amount of padding on the headband that's sure to help with long sessions. It also has a brassier sound as opposed to the Arctis 5's more flat approach. Functionality-wise, this is a headset that we could see costing a bit more than $100, but it does have the drawback of not being particularly easy on the eyes. And the last comfy model for this segment is the Corsair Void RGB. This one definitely has a bit of a love it or hate it look to it. It certainly looks rather plain, but we honestly think that this goes to its favor in this case. It's definitely a welcome change of pace after all the black and red models we've had to suffer through. But enough about its looks. Let's talk functionality. The Void RGB's comfort appeal is twofold. Firstly, it uses a generous amount of mesh padding, and secondly, it's pretty lightweight at only 14 ounces, which translates to roughly 400 grams. Put these two together and you've got yourself a headset that'll rest on your head like a soft pillow. Also, it sounds awesome, has a great mic, and lasts up to 16 hours on a single charge. Oh yeah, did we mention it's a wireless headset too? Because it's a wireless headset. A decent number of the headsets we've listed so far have console support, but it's usually limited in some way. For example, if the headset has surround sound, it can't be used with a console. Feel free to skim through the article linked in the description if you want to know which of the previous headsets feature console support. But if you're primarily a console gamer, then these following 3 entries are the ones you'll want to pay attention to. And they are the SteelSeries Arctis 3, the Turtle Beach Earforce Recon 50, and the Astro Gaming A40 TR. First up is the SteelSeries Arctis 3. It has the same appeal from a comfort standpoint as the Arctis 5 with the ski goggle strap, but what makes it special is that it provides the full virtual surround sound experience on all current-gen consoles. Granted, you won't be able to access the equalizer on the consoles, but the headset still sounds great regardless, with a particular focus on the mid-range frequencies. We've also got you covered if you're in need of a good budget console headset. The Turtle Beach Earforce Recon 50 doesn't have any surround sound capabilities regardless of which device you use it on, which is only fair given how affordable it is. But what it does have is a lightweight design that'll do wonders for long gaming sessions. Powerful 40mm speakers that make every explosion and voice line stand out, out, and a pretty nice mic to boot. Just make sure to get the 50p version if you're a PS4 user and a 50X version if you're using the Xbox One. And now for something completely different. If you want to go all out and your wallet doesn't mind, consider buying the Astro Gaming A40 TR. It's especially good if you like being able to customize your gaming gear, as both the ear cups can be changed and the mic can be attached to either ear cup. As for the sound, it's just phenomenal. The sound profile, the expansive soundstage, the wide frequency, everything about the A40 TR is just top notch, and definitely worth the money if you've got some to spare. And finally, the last 3 models we'll be showcasing are all excellent wireless outings. For all of you who don't want to suffer the inconvenience of cables, but also don't want the sound quality to noticeably suffer for it, we present the Sony MDR-XB 650 BT, the Aventry Edition Pro, and the modern portable Elite Super 66. The Sony headset may have an insufferable and slightly impronounceable name, but that's as far as the negatives go here. And this is because it manages to combine all the convenience of a wireless headset with a sturdy frame that can handle a moderate amount of punishment and audio that sounds so good you'll forget this is a wireless headset. Plus, thanks to the NFC chip, pairing it up with any device is as simple as just tapping the right ear cup. Next up is the Aventry Edition Pro, and right off the bat, the most impressive thing about this headset is that it manages to pack a whopping 40 hours into its battery life, which is just as ridiculous as it is incredible. It also has the NFC chip, although it can only be paired up with 2 devices at a time. But we're more than willing to overlook this when we take into consideration just how incredible the sound quality here is. This is as close to the audiophile level audio that you can get at this price, and it doesn't even come close to scraping the $100 cap. The headset also has a built-in bass boost feature that's honestly a bit overwhelming for gaming, but it does make bass-heavy music sound out of this world. And lastly, the final headset for this video, we have the modern portable Elite Super 66. We felt it only fitting to close off this list with just the ultimate jack of all trades. And the Super 66, it's got it all. The audio is incredible and completely distortion-free even at loud volumes. It's a wireless model, but it can be used with the included aux cable, which in turn means it's compatible with anything from consoles and PCs to smartphones. The thick layer of foam padding on the ear cups and headband make it a joy to wear even after using it for hours on end. And best of all, it's not even close to being the most expensive model on this list. Now that's an all-arounder if we've ever seen one. And that about does it for this video. Normally this is where we give you a few useful tips on how to choose the best model for you, but seeing as this video is already pretty long, we'll just leave you with some links to our other videos where we discuss headphones and headsets. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. More videos are on their way, so stay tuned. Or better yet, click on the bell icon to be the first one to see them. In the meantime, may your games be fun and your losses few. And as always, we'll see you next time on Gaming Scan.